I'm Jay Johnson, creator of the Prospect House Museum. My great-grandfather actually started this as the first tourist resort in the area. I've got this blue uniform jacket on. It's a recreation of his uniform. He was the last Civil War survivor in Otter Tail County, the last survivor of his regiment. He was shot twice during the Civil War, and he ended up being one of the two oldest men in Otter Tail County when he died. He was mayor of Battle Lake, justice of the peace, built the first house in town, started the first tourist resort in the area, built the first cabin on Battle Lake, and he delivered the very first Montgomery Ward's catalogs ever printed. And this is his and his family's story. My great-grandfather's nickname was Captain James A. Kohlauer. Everybody called him Cap. He was part of Wilder's Brigade of Mounted Infantry, the Lightning Brigade, and that was one of the more unusual groups in the Civil War. They were a special forces group. They were given the new McClellan racing saddles and the new Spencer repeating rifles, and they'd ride into a battle on their horses, jump off their horses, and charge on foot. He was in 61 battles and skirmishes, and he was shot twice, and he lived to tell about it. And he left behind an amazing collection of Civil War items. When I started cleaning up this house 16 years ago, I found a chest on the third floor with nearly 200 Civil War letters in it, and then I started to find Civil War stuff all over the house. Now I've got one of the larger private collections in the state of Minnesota. My great-grandfather's Civil War collection includes an amazing number of things, including letters from generals, governors, the doctor that actually treated his bullet wound by taking a rag, soaking it in kerosene, and pulling it right through the bullet hole in his shoulder and pulling the rag out the other side. I've got a letter from General Wilder here and his Lightning Brigade badge. I've got a letter from General Atkins. My great-grandfather was shot twice during the Civil War. I've got the letter with my great-grandfather's blood on it when he was shot. It says right on the top of the letter, blood from wound received at Muscle Shoals, January 25th, 1864. I've got the sleeves to his uniform with bullet holes in each shoulder. He nearly died of typhoid fever. I've got a picture of the nurse that he had, and I've got a bottle of typhoid fever serum. The Civil War Museum is really an amazing collection of things, and people that have seen many Civil War museums around the United States says this one is very unique and very interesting. The rest of the house is all very interesting too. This house is now on the National Register of Historic Places. In 1929, my grandfather, Ernest Wilkins, inherited some money, and he spent about half of the inheritance remodeling and refurnishing the old hotel. The house, when it was remodeled, was furnished by Dayton's in Minneapolis, and we have all the original furniture back in the original locations. The whole house is actually just full of family things. It's a family museum. It's not a collection of anybody else's things, it's just our family memories. The third floor is like it was back in the old hotel days in the 1800s. It's got the original hotel furniture in that my great-grandfather made for the hotel, and we've got an interesting display of all of that, along with my mother's doll collection in one room with hundreds of paper dolls. We've got a toy room with all the family toys in it. We've got one bedroom up there that's got the original furniture in it from 1886, back in the original locations. Everybody likes the family room of my great-grandparents' things on the second floor with all their original furniture that was moved here from Chicago in 1882 by train and horse and wagon, including the chair and the settee that he himself made in 1876. He was a cabinet maker, the son of a cabinet maker. There's a mirror on the wall. He called it a looking glass. The image on there is perfect, and it's 150 years old. There's a 147-year-old Valentine in the original box there underneath their wedding certificate. Please consider a visit to the Prospect House Museum. It's a very popular destination for many people. Please give us a call if you'd like a tour. I'm your tour guide. Our phone number is 218-864-4008, and we've got a very good website. It's prospecthousemuseum.org. We'll see you at the museum.